Alright, check it out, guys. Brother Maynard here with another game for you. This is 2,400 points, my Demons against some Ogres. So we're playing a modified meeting engagement. It's the normal meeting engagement rules, and each side gets a flag that they can place, which are going to be represented by the gold coin markers in this game. And your flag can be captured by an enemy non-flying unit, and if it's returned to within 6 inches of your table edge, it's worth 500 victory points. So the Ogre army, here on the left, he's got a huge unit of bulls, and he's got his battle standard bearer in there, and then he's got a saber tusk behind the building. On the other side of the building, he's got a unit of 6 man-eaters, and they have, I think they have sniper and poison, and they have brace of pistols or whatever, and those dudes are nasty. This is my first game against man-eaters, and I have a very healthy respect for them now. And then next to them, he's got an iron blaster with next to that unit of 3 Morn Fangs. He does not have the Dragonhide banner in there. And then he's got a big unit of Iron Guts, and in there he's got a butcher, I think it is their level 2. So Butcher rocking the Lore of the Great Maw. And then he's got 4 lead belchers right next to the far house, and then I think he's got another saber tusk on the other side. And then you can see my Seekers are all the way up there in the top right corner. Okay, so my army. At the very back of the table, I have my starting on the right, I have my level 2 caster who's got wings and the lore fire, and then I have both my Slaanesh heralds, and then you can see the gold coin is my flag. And then I have a single blood crusher, a unit of 5 flesh hounds, another blood crusher, and my unit of 6 fiends. So you'll notice that my general and both of my units of demonettes are not on the table. So yeah, not really sure what to do. I'm not usually the kind of guy who bitches about the scenarios or whatever. But man, I didn't know what to do when I had my general and both my demonette units in reserve. So no idea. So anyway, I didn't steal the initiative, so he gets the first turn and just kind of moves like so. Yeah, just kind of moves up. He does bring his okay, so over here on the right corner, he had an iron blaster and a fire belly in reserve, and neither of those are really a big deal, because the iron blaster's got, it's got 36-inch range, and the fire belly he's got the ruby ring, and he's got fireball. So, and fireball's a really long range spell, so he can use that from all over. So really, nothing too bad from the units that he had start off the table, Oh, and the best part is the Iron Blasters still get to move and shoot, so that's just glorious. Alright, so, yeah, that's how we're looking over here. His magic phase, he just blasts my Seekers with some kind of heinous magic that kills 4 of them. I'm pretty sure I used to have a Blood Crusher here. And yeah, so okay, so in my turn I bring my general on over by the fiends, and I charge the fiends into his bulls, thinking that if I can kill a couple this round, in the next 2 rounds of combat, by the time I get my general in there, I'll be able to break his steadfast and just run him down, clean up that unit, and just be able to roll him up like that. So that's my plan over here. I bring both my demonette units on and drop the heralds in them, which it really kind of sucks because I had to hide the heralds behind the building because he has man-eaters on the table, and like I said, they had sniper and poison, and according to the sniper rules, a model with a sniper rule does not have to shoot at the same target that the rest of his unit does. So I think that puts man-eaters in kind of the unique situation where they can divide their fire, I think. So if I'd put my heralds over, on that side of the table at all, yeah, I could just kiss them goodbye. So I had to put them behind the house, and it meant that my demonette units had to come on right here, which really lost me a ton of flexibility. So I really didn't. If you had ideas on what I could have done in this scenario, please let me know, because I was just, like I said, I had no idea what to do. Okay, so on the left, I charged my Blood Crusher and the Flesh Hounds into the Man-Eaters, and the Flesh Hounds obviously fail, and that really sucks, because at the end of the day, Man-Eaters are only toughness 4, so, you can kill them fairly easily, but if they get to hit you, damn, they hit like a truck. So, the Flesh Hounds fail the charge, so that sucks, because now I'm going to lose the Blood Crusher, and his Man-Eaters are going to get a reform in my turn. So, yeah, that just horrible luck there. And I think, okay, so in Magic, I just cast a Flame Cage on his Iron Guy unit. I think I did some other stuff too. I think I threw a big fireball, but he stopped it. Okay, yeah, in combat, I did a couple wounds to him. He really didn't do anything to me, but I did end up losing to his ranks and flags, and just rolled an absolutely horrible instability roll and lost 2 of the Fiends. Now, when he saw that happen, he decided to reform the Man-Eaters after they killed the Blood Crusher to come over here and join the fight over here, which is just not what I wanted to happen. So otherwise it just looks like this. You see my Blood Crusher's dead. The Hounds took a wound from shooting somewhere. And he's set up very nicely to countercharge me, which he does, and it looks like this. He takes the Mournfangs and the Iron Blaster into the dogs, and he's not going to pop the dogs, I don't think. They're too high. Their weapon skill is too high, and they got the wards, so I don't think he's going to go right through them. Which will give me time to kind of set up something with my Siren Song to help me handle both those units. You can see he's just running the Saber Tusk at my Wizard. And what's happening in the back there? He's got his Iron Blaster in the back, who I think is trying to pick off my Wizard the whole time, but he keeps making his save. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, so yeah, in his turn, he also brings the Man-Eaters into the flank of the Fiends, which is, that unit's not going to survive the turn. So at the end of combat, it looks like that. Man-Eaters just brought in a ton of Strength 5 poison, and that and the static combat res from his bulls just popped the unit. So now I'm kind of in a sticky situation with my general. Okay, so over here, like I said, he didn't end up popping the Hounds, which is all right, because I kind of set up like this little V thing with my 2 Demonette units. Now the one on the left has the Herald with the Ether Blade, and the one on the right has the Siren Song and the Stubborn Banner. So what I want to do is I want him to pop the Hounds in this turn, so I can just Siren Song the Mournfangs into the Demonette unit on the right and just flank them with the unit on the left and just clean them up real quick. I'll be able to get rid of the Iron Blaster after that, and then once the Mournfangs are gone, it just makes everything over here much more manageable. And then up top you can see my Seekers are running through the forest. They're going to pick up his flag next turn and start running towards my table edge, and he turned his Lead Belchers to go shoot them. They're just blasting the Seekers this whole time. And I end up deciding to charge my general into the bull unit, because it's either charged or be charged. So I decided to go for it, and I really don't want to get charged by the Man-Eaters because they have poison. And then pretty uneventful Magic phase. We go straight to combat, and the Keeper only puts 2 wounds on his Battle Standard Bearer. He challenges her out, actually, is what happens, and she only puts 2 wounds on him because he's got a 4-up ward. And he actually has the most obnoxious item in Warhammer. He's got this stupid little 5-point sword or whatever that every time he does a wound, it takes away an attack. you know. And man, I would rather I would rather play against the puppet than that thing. That is so annoying. So my keeper loses a couple attacks, but she holds, which I mean it kind of sucks. She's getting tanked in a challenge right now, so yeah, they ain't going anywhere. And then disaster strikes again when he fails to pop my flesh hound. So now I can't siren song him, and yeah, my plan is just falling apart. Okay, so in his movement, he just ends up moving the man-eaters around the flank to either charge or, yeah, charge the keeper in his next turn. And then what else does he do? Not a whole lot, really. It looks like so. Alright, this combat was a disaster, too. He ends up... I think this picture was taken after the instability test. So the keeper's down. She's got 3 wounds on her. She only managed to do 1 more wound to his battle standard bearer. And so I think he's sitting on 1. And now she's... this is a disaster. I don't even want to talk about it. I have that gorgeous model is about to get killed by a bunch of ogres. It's disgusting. Okay, and then up here you can see my seeker is just grab the flag, and you couldn't march in the turn you grab the flag, so that's why she's not halfway across the table right now. So thank God for the little things. But my turn as a whole was very uneventful. I decided over with the demonettes, I decided to just wait it out, and I'm gonna try to siren song him again in the next turn or whatever. And then in his next turn, he moves the man-eaters around. He decides not to charge a man because it's only going to give him +2 combat res, and because she's in a challenge, so he decides not to do it. He's just going to hold off until she kills the BSB. And then over here, so I moved my wizard out of the Sabertusk charge arc, but I kind of did it very sloppily and left a charge for his Iron Blaster, which he took, obviously. And then I siren song the Mournfangs into my other demonette unit, so they'll probably beat up on them, but I'll be stubborn, and yeah, hopefully we can get the Mournfangs off the table. He does move up his Iron Gut unit, though, and that's going to be very, very important, as you'll see. Over here you can see my Seeker is, running to safety, but otherwise things haven't really changed over here. So in my turn, I decided to, I wanted to take my Demonette unit on the left into the flank of the Mournfangs, because remember, that Herald's the one with the Ether Blade, so she's easily good for killing a Mournfang by herself. And then I'll probably win the combat, break him, and then it just changes everything over here. But like I said, he moved up the Iron Gut unit, and I didn't have enough space to fit into the flank of the Mournfang, so I just charged the Iron Guts. And I think I throw Flaming Sword on him. And I'm really hoping that I'll be able to just do enough damage to break the Iron Guts, but as it turns out, I don't. So his countercharge looks like that. Yeah, okay, so the reason why this kind of looks funky with the Iron Blaster next to the Demonettes or whatever, so he takes one Iron Blaster in the rear, the other into the flank, and then as I was losing models, we just decided to work through the whole combat before I took any models off, because I was very sure that I was just going to remove the whole unit. So we just kind of fudged it a little bit with the Iron Blaster on the right, but anyway, yeah, that's exactly what happened. I did end up removing the entire unit. And then over here, this picture, this is actually the end of the game. You can see my keeper ends up breaking the unit of bulls. She kills the BSB, breaks the bulls. I don't restrain pursuit, so she's chasing him. His man-eaters in his next turn charge her in the rear, and he rolls up like 800 poisons, and I fail all my saves, so just like that, she's gone. And the man-eaters reform like so to smoke my Seeker, who's got the flag, which was my only chance at victory points this game. And yeah, like I said, over here, that counter charge popped that unit of Demonettes, and so now my other unit is looking like this. And this is all I got on the table. And we still have two or three turns to go. I think 2 turns. So, yeah, this is just not happening. So I decided to call it at this point. So, yeah. crushing defeat from the Ogres. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys at the next game.